Yo, what is up, everybody? Good afternoon. It's your boy Sunshine with the Sunshine After Dark podcast. And as you know, this is the podcast where we bring the heat when the sun goes down.
Fire.
Fire.
Oh, there is hot.
These are your beloved hosts. It's me, Sunshine. My homies here will introduce themselves as always.
Is get_Owen. Owen, get it? Like Owen.
Get on.
But don't. Hey, it's Jesus SB_Jesus.
He sounds very relaxed right now because he just mentioned that he's currently sitting on a huge beanbag chair.
Beanbag chair, yes. Like, oh.
Those can be super comfy. So anyways, hopefully you guys have enjoyed your Monday. It's the start of a week, a fresh start, new goals, a whole new perspective, and all that junk. And happy to see you guys back here for another episode of the Sunshine After Dark. I think today we're gonna have a very good conversation. We have some topics we discussed a little bit beforehand, so the ideas are gearing up here. They're cranking. And I also want to thank for the new subscribers that subscribed to the channel. I think we made it up to 11, so that's absolutely great. So yeah, how are you guys? How was your weekend?
Ooh.
It's pretty good. Didn't really do too much.
I saw Owen last weekend.
Yep. And we're gonna see each other in a few weeks. We're going to the Renaissance Fair.
Yes.
Mm.
I'm gonna be dressed.
Is that like where you have to eat with your hands, dude?
Yeah, like the turkey leg and you got mutton.
We're gonna
What's
go
it?
dressed
Hey, what
as
is it called?
Shrek.
Medieval? Is it medieval times or is it something else?
No, it's called the Renaissance Fair, but it's
Okay.
basically the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go dressed as a mercenary, maybe.
And go, food, just go dressed as Shrek. He's like
Owen already
the
took that
outfit of
idea.
the time. Oh, damn.
Yeah, I got the human Shrek and the real Shrek.
So he's gonna be a combination of both. That's funny. But yeah, one thing that I wanted to mention from St. Owen last week, dude, because last week after that day, so we went to a burger spot, right? Because our wives, they had a little powwow dinner type of thing. So me and Owen were like, oh, let's go have ourselves our own powwow, let's go have a fucking burger and beers. Dude, this burger place, dude, they had freaking chalices of beer, dude. That shit was like a fucking,
yeah, that was nice.
that shit was like
Like
goblet.
like a platinum or gold chalice, like actual.
It was a
like,
glass, like glass
Oh,
chalice.
But it was so much, dude.
how big is it? Look in terms of chalice, like
Like-
head size, like feet or whatever.
Fucking, like the whole thing was sit on top of my hand, like the whole cup part,
Mm.
and it has like the thick ass stem, so you have to hold it like
I think it was like 40 ounce, huh?
it was something like that. But that shit was huge, bro. We had two of those ourselves, two each, and then right after that, I went to go hang out with my brother and my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, dude. And we freaking plowed down more alcoholic beverages while it's playing Mario Party 2, bro.
Damn, TFTI, bro.
I'm sorry. All spots were occupied. And just to kind of like let y'all know, I think me and Hazy have discovered that Mario Party 2 is one of the most fun Mario parties out there.
By far, dude.
By far.
Nah, I think
Mario Party
7. I think Mario Party 7 could win. Could
Is
win
that
that
on the Wii?
argument.
Mario
Mario Party
7?
7 is on the GameCube. You can play it on the Wii, sure, but it's on the GameCube, and Mario Party 2, what's on N64 online or original hardware would be
Right,
N64.
yeah.
Telling you, if you guys play Mario Party and you have a whole group of friends or family, relationships will be broken right then and there because you got people stealing fucking coins, stars,
Ours.
everything, dude. It's just
Dude,
worse than
it's
Monopoly.
just if I could summarize, it's a lot of for Mario Party 2, it's a lot of well, yeah, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of Bowser events, because Bowser's a meme there. There's freaking chance time, which is whoever lands on that space gets to hit 3 different blocks. Like 2 blocks are designated to characters, so 1 or 4 people, including yourself. And the middle one, it's either like you swap coins, you give coins, a certain number of coins, whether it's 10, 20, 30.
You can get
Give
jacked.
1 star, give 2 stars, give all your stars. It could really turn it around, dude. It could really be like it could really screw you over.
It's a very, very, very fun game. So for the people who have Nintendo Switches, they do have an emulator on the Nintendo Switch. So definitely play that with your friends and family. Very fun time. The other thing I wanted to mention, which is going to tie down to Hazy's topic about like the hairdos. Yesterday on Tuesday, no. Well, today we're recording this on a Wednesday and we're posting this next Monday. So yesterday, which was a Tuesday, which is the 30th of April, I went to go get a haircut right after work. And we're chilling. My barber, he upgraded his shop. I'll put the link down below if you guys want to go check it out. Based off LA. And we started chit-chatting, bro, and then I think a couple, like maybe like 2 appointments before, he had his own setup for like a podcast type of thing in his counters, right? So I was like, oh, we were talking about podcast. And then I had mentioned that yesterday, last upload, we talked about, he was asking me like what we talk about. And just to give him an example, we talked about Riz on the last podcast episode. And I forget, sometimes I forget. He's a little, I think he's early 40s, late 30s maybe. And he was like, what's Riz? So I didn't want to like date him.
You just gotta say like game, game.
Yeah. So I had explained to him like, oh yeah, like this is what freaking what is it right now? Gen Z. This is what Gen Z is talking about. They changed the wording. So Riz is like game, charisma. And so I started asking him other things as well, like, oh, do you know what mid means? Like, oh, this is mid. He was like, no. And I asked him if he knows what cap means. So that's cool.
To be fair, dude, there's a lot of words. There's a lot of current words that if I were to tell you, it just like go over your head, dude. So it's more or less just like a matter of like exposure, right? Maybe you could say like if he's in his age group, he's not really exposed to it as much.
Yeah, that is true, and I think that's kind of like what we were facing here. Again, I didn't want him to feel like old or like not with the times. I was just kind of curious just to see what demographic of like social media he's been exposed to. Like, I don't think he knew what like getting like let me cook. And yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny. It's very interesting. A lot of people, I'm asking my dad, I'm like, hey, pa, do you know what getting cooked means? Like, oh, let me cook. Just go to work with him one day and fucking turn on the lawnmower and I'll be like, let me cook. Let me get these edges. So that was kind of funny. I don't know what other words are available as far as for like Riz, cap, cook.
Yeah, we're the ones getting old, so we're not knowing.
Yeah. Maybe if you ask a 13-year-old, dude, he'll probably be able to tell you like 10 different words, dude. At this point, you're either using the word that you grew up with or the actual term. I would say for the most, as a word of advice as you get older, it's for a lot of people that they try to like force the word in their vocabulary. I would say just use the appropriate word for it. Because if you use the word for your time period, like, oh, you're spitting game, bro. Like, it's like, okay, you sound old, you sound great. But you just say like, oh, you wanna like, hook up, you're trying to pick her up or whatever you wanted to say. Just use a more direct term. It sounds better.
Direct term.
It sounds less cringe. Oh my god,
sounds cringe.
Sounds cringe.
Cringe, dude. And this is kind of like, I guess this would be leading off to our topic. I wanted to discuss about daddy issues, but that may be a little bit too inclusive or maybe too like traumatizing?
No. Oh, if you're comfortable, then sure. If not, then you're fine to speak for everyone.
Um,
This is a safe environment, judgment free. Even in the comments, judgment free.
Facts, dude, facts. You know what? You're right, you're right. So that's my topic for today. Daddy issues. I feel like a majority of millennials have daddy issues, but I could be wrong, so fact check me. Don't quote me on this, but for a lot of people that I've known, everybody had daddy issues. My wife, who's currently just single mom right now, her mom. And then I did earlier in early high school. Right now my dad's old, so he's kind of like the embers have cooled down.
I want to say, if I could add to it real quick, I want to say I've shown you a post before. I posted before the little Dexter one, where it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's a video of Dexter, like Dexter's from Dexter Laboratory. If you're too young for it, that's just a cartoon that used to be on Cartoon Network. Um, he's looking at his locker room and looking at the door in his locker, and it's a picture of the American flag, and it's like, I have failed you. He's like,
Oh,
ancestor, ancestor, I have failed you. And then the comment for it is like, when you haven't like has had a second family or cheated, like it's like you let down like your Hispanic
Hispanic.
father before you. It's like it's just more or less like a cultural like thing. It's like it's so common that it's just it's just expected. I guess you could say.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is kind of like that common theme where some Hispanic families or fathers, I guess I would say, have like a secondary family somewhere.
damn.
But
I think it's more or less. I think it's more or less like breaking the cycle, because if you trace it back, a lot of times it's like, oh, maybe their grandparent did that, the parent did that, or they have uncles that did that, and it's kind of just like
mhm.
normalized for the men to do it. If a woman does it, of course, it's like, oh, like es una, no voy a decir la palabra for the sake of respect, but it's like it's a lot more frowned upon than if a male did it.
Right. No, yeah, and I guess what I wanted to focus on is just like how has that developed? Either one of you two, you both of you guys, having a relationship with your dad or not having a relationship with your dad. Do you think that has, you think that has like had any impact as far as for like how you are as a person? Because I think for me, as a kid, I've mentioned before that I've always wanted to be with my dad when he would go out to work. He would do gardening services. So as a kid, I wanted to get in there, get all dirty. And, sometimes he will let me, but in most cases he'd be like, oh, go inside with your mom, or go inside or whatever, I'm busy over here. His with the drinking, it can be a little toxic sometimes. He was a very heavy drinker early in the days, and I think that made me develop as a person. Like, oh, let me be a little bit more respectful to people. Not that I say I wouldn't have, right? Because ethics, I guess I would say. Well, then again, who knows, right? Who knows? But I think that made me be a little bit more respectful, because I'm actually afraid of my dad. I actually, I'm afraid to talk back to him sometimes when we have like a disagreement, dude. Do you guys, when you guys ever have a disagreement with your parents, do you guys ever like talk back? Or
Nope.
as a form of respect, or just because?
Yeah, it's respect. I mean, I've never. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever tried doing that though. Like, it might be a character thing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I maybe fear my mom. She would like, pinch me or whatever.
Okay. Well, you grew up with your dad too, right, Owen?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
for majority, or honestly, I don't know.
Back then it was like half the time, but then more recently, not as often. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's like a decent amount of time, because early on, my parents separated, so like I was in middle school, I think. So spent most of my life or childhood with them both.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think that same happened with my wife too. During like high school, her parents, or specifically her dad, was leaning more leaning away more out of the picture, and that caused a lot of like behavioral moods, shifts and stuff like that, where definitely that I think that had impact. Did you have like any behavioral changes as far as for like, the divorce happening between your parents? Like, did that ever impacted you as far as for like how you are socially with your friends or with
I mean,
yourself?
yeah, a little bit. I think when that first happened, I didn't want to do a lot of stuff. I just want to play video games.
Mm-hmm.
And then not doing as good in school, I think, back then, but I kind of got over a lot of that stuff.
Okay, so it seems like you found some type of like coping.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, but yeah, I think for me, a lot of it stems of it just me being afraid of him, because he'd always push me away, or like he would get mad at me, and it's like, if you ever have like a Mexican dad get mad at you, scream at you, and threaten you with a belt, it does get a little scary. There have been like several instances. I won't go too much into detail, just for the safety of it. But I have witnessed physical, negative physical things happen between my parents. This one time, and yeah, I think like for that definitely encouraged me to be a little bit more respectful towards everybody, be a little bit more genuine, develop more empathy skills type of thing. As compared to my dad, he'd be like, not brushing it off, but he'd be like more of like, oh, you feeling depressed? Put your fucking batteries on and let's go to work, type of thing. So a lot of like machismo type of thing. But yeah, what about you, Hazy? Because I know, I think, did he fall asleep?
I'm here. I'm like the definition of fucking daddy issues, fool.
You're the definition
Because
of daddy issues?
I won't go too much into detail for it, just for like for the sake of their privacy, right? Whatever it may be. But yeah, dude, my parents, all pretty much the whole time growing up, dude, there wasn't. It's not an exact. Maybe it's a bit of an exaggeration. Maybe it's just how I remember it as a kid. But there wasn't a month, a week that there wasn't like a worry for me that they would argue about something. At some point, I would like preemptively, and I love my brother so much, but I always envied that he was able to sleep through every single argument that I had to listen to. Altercation, whether it was like verbal, physical, whatever it might be. I had to, like growing up, I had to listen to all of it, dude, like in the other room. It was difficult. So there was a point where, like you said, like you do have a respect for your parents, your mom and your dad, but I started having like a level of resentment for my father, because a lot of altercations that I had to get between, or a lot of the stuff that I would find out about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely did.
Does that change your point of view as far as for like, maybe wanting to be a dad, or the way you interact with your spouse?
Yeah, like maybe subconsciously, like it deterred me from wanting to have kids earlier, only because of how I wouldn't want to put him in that situation. Not that I would, right?
Yeah.
Another one would be my oath to my promise to myself to never put her hands on a woman that I care about. Like a woman in the street, respectively, I wouldn't put my hands on one. But I mean, like, if you're just like, let's say you're just out in public and like this crazy hoe, whatever you want to call her, just comes to your face and smacks you, like I'm gonna smack her back, dude. Like, I'm not that, like, respectfully, right? But like I'm talking about like immediate women in my family, women that I care about. I would never like lay their hands on them, like, and it's like deeply rooted in me because of him.
Cool, for sure.
Yeah, was right now my relationship with both of my parents is good. Their relationship between them is just like impossible. Like they can't see each other or anything. But it did take me a long time to grieve to get over the fact that, like, you know what, like, they're not together anymore. They're both doing their own lives. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I have to accept my father for who he is, in the sense of like who he is as a father, and not judge him as what he was as a husband. And it's very difficult to get past that. It's very difficult to get past that, you know?
Yeah.
Because when I start seeing what he did as a father, it's like, you know, he was strict sometimes. I'm not gonna say there was never some form of either verbal or physical abuse. Like, he was a heavy drinker too. Very freaking very heavy drink. But
Yeah.
I can't. I have to look at the positives that he influenced with me as a father. You know,
No,
and
yeah,
that did help
definitely.
me. And that did help me, like, at least like work on my relationship with him, because there was a time where, like, I wouldn't reach out to him, like, oh, let me call him, let me make a conversation with him, because I wouldn't sometimes wouldn't even pick up the phone, dude, because I just
Yeah.
couldn't. I didn't want to hear anything about him. But I told myself, you know what, like, realistically, like, I think one day I ended up running into my dad, and he's already near 50 years old, and I'm just like, dude, he's already ya es un chavarruco, you know. He's already an older man. Like,
He's pruning.
you never know. You never know how long you never know how long you have your parents for, your loved ones,
Right.
anybody, just whether it's brothers, loved ones, whatever it may be. So I was just like, you know what, at the very least, let me try my best to have a good relationship with him, right? Because you never know.
No, yeah,
You never know what life
definitely.
could bring you.
Thanks for sharing your perspective. No, yeah, I definitely agree with that. You know, it's more of a perspective thing. You know, looking at your dad as a father compared to as a partner. They're both different sides. I know, yeah, same thing with me. Like, now that my father's a little bit older, you know, he's slowed down. He's not as intense as back then, but you know, unfortunately, I think there's still that barrier between me and him where we just can't rapport. Like, we try, like, he tries, I try. Like, speaking about trucks or you know, like future plans or you know, just little things like that. Unfortunately, it's not the real the back and forth is not there, I guess I would say, compared to like with my mom. My mom's a little bit more easier for me to get along with or like go out to eat with and stuff like that. And and as far as for like, you know, the being a parent, definitely I think that definitely did have like an impact, especially with my spouse. For me, it was more of like, you know what, this the way that this my upbringing was can help me be a better, you know, a better parent and offer different things that my dad didn't offer, or just be there. Because for sure, having that father will definitely have a different I guess contribution as to how you are as a person or as a family as well. Because like, I look at my sister and my brother, they're kind of in the same boat as me. You know, my dad wasn't really there earlier in the younger phases, so it's more of like we act very respectful towards him, not
Like
very
you,
lenient.
yeah, you can look at him as more or less like an authority figure, right?
Right, yeah. So, and that's kind of
Then
like
like a nurturing parent.
right, and that's kind of like where I had some jealousy between like my cousin, because he would like roughhouse with his dad, or you know, they would crack jokes against each other. And whenever I would hang out with my cousin or sleep over, you know, I would see that, I would get so jealous, and I would try that too with my dad. Like there's one thing that I can remember is like when we went to Universal Studios, me and my cousin and his family, we went to like they had like an animal show, right? So they were kind of like cracking each other up or making jokes about each other about how, well, one of them looks like the gorilla that they had there, you know, kind of, you know, something like banter like that, right? And then I tried to do that once with my dad here. He was watching like an Animal Kingdom show where they just show animals.
And you call him a monkey, dude.
And
He looks like
I
you.
told him, I was
He
like,
got
hey,
so
fan,
mad.
look. I was like, hey, fan, look, that's you right there.
Ahí estás tú.
Ahí estás tú. And dude, he turned around and he was like, vas a ver o verás, you know, like, you better watch it, you know, kind of like type of like, you better watch out what you're saying. So that definitely discouraged me in, you know, trying to make it fun, you know, be very, very lenient, but
like,
unfortunately it's not like that. Even at this age right now, it's I find it very difficult, where it's sad, you know, but Yeah.
Yeah, I think more or less you gotta understand that not everyone. Maybe he didn't like. Same for you. Like you gotta break that. You gotta break that. What would it be? That barrier when you have your own children,
Hmm.
in the sense of like, okay, maybe your father didn't. Maybe your father didn't get that before, so he doesn't.
That's
He's
true.
not. That's not. He doesn't. He doesn't reciprocate that. He doesn't like. Oh, this is what I. This is what I. This is comfortable. Maybe it's something that's uncomfortable for him. Because he never did it
Hmm.
himself.
Got it. Yeah, that could be true. Unfortunately, I don't know how his upbringing was, other than he likes to work and stuff. His whole ethics is like his whole point of view is gotta work, gotta work, gotta work.
No, I
That's
know, but you
yeah.
gotta understand that drive was implanted in him by somebody else. You know, I'm sure there's
Mm,
people who are born with some type of like goals in mind, but for the most part, a lot of your like habits or whatever, good habits, good or bad habits, are programmed by your friends or family. People around you, bring your like
yeah.
immediate like circle.
I see. I see. I see. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know much, but that does make a lot of sense. And yeah, what about you, Owen? Like, as far as for like how your upbringing was, do you have any? Uh, did that put any perspective of you wanting to be a father? Like, did that have any effect of you, or like no effect at all? Or
I don't think it. Yeah, it's weird. It's like not a daddy issue necessarily, but like having split parents, I
yeah.
guess, kind of felt probably not as strongly as you feel, but like you definitely want to change, or I want to change my behaviors that something like that doesn't happen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess yeah, it is similar to you, like showing respect and like giving love, providing for the family, things like that.
Right.
More so. Not saying that like my dad didn't, but
Right. Right. Right.
just the situation in general, like you would think that would help remedy that type of thing.
Mm,
Mm.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No.
I'll say
Yeah.
more or less. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's because more or less there's no. I've given some of my. I have some. We have like Marlene has some relatives that they have two babies, all over the place. But it's more or less just like they're the parents, so it's like I can't really even if I'd like to. You know how like there could be some families, for example, in my family, if my nephew's running around doing something stupid, I could correct them. I
Yeah.
could correct them, right? Because in the end of the day, if I had my kids, I would expect them to do the same thing. If I don't have my eyes on this kid, I expect if he's doing something stupid, you handle it and you tell me about it. But it's not for every person. It's the same way. I guess what I was trying to say is more or less is that not nobody has an exact blueprint as to how you should raise a kid.
Mm,
So a lot of times we just kind of like, okay, maybe this is the right thing to do, or well, this is what my dad did. This is what worked for me. Like,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
so it's like
You're
it's
right.
it's more or less just taking the positive things that you would say you got from your mom and dad, and even the negative, and improve on them, right? So, like you said, oh, maybe a separate household, or my dad was very distant. He didn't like play with us like that way. So, like, okay, well, take it upon yourself to do those things for your children when they come, or nephews, when they
Mm-hmm.
when they come,
Mm, definitely.
make that difference.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's kind of like how I am with my little nephews too. They're, when I take care of them, we make sure that they don't get into trouble, or just like you said, their parents are comfortable with me and my wife, of like not scolding them, but like making sure that they're not doing, stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, but I
um,
mean, like, there has to be like, I'm not gonna say like, oh, like, chingatelo, but more or less just like, if
yeah,
you know
yeah,
he's doing something stupid, don't be like, oh, like, let me, like, his parents not telling him anything, like, let me, like, no, like, sometimes you gotta.
right.
It takes more than one person to raise a kid, honestly, even
Yeah,
more than just the parents,
the
because
village.
the uncles, the aunts, the cousins,
Yeah.
the grandparents, everybody's gonna have some type of influence. Just try to make it as most positive as you can,
True, true, true. No, yeah, definitely. And then I guess my
Or
last,
maybe. So sorry, I was gonna add, like maybe not positive necessarily, but the most constructive, right? Because
right.
it's not just gonna be freaking rainbows and fucking butterflies. Like sometimes
Hmm.
you have to put
Rainbow,
hey,
sunshine.
put that down.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. Just like Owen said, it's a village that helps curate our next generation. here.
That's true.
But last question related to this: do you guys want, if you guys want like a family, how big do you want? A big one, small one, medium?
If I could add to what you're saying there, okay. I remember growing up as a Hispanic kid.
You
Maybe
are a Hispanic kid, dude.
but I'm already an adult. What I mean more or less is like when I was growing up, like when I was like, let's say 6 to 11 years old, 12, whatever it might be. I remember I have such a fond memory of big gatherings
Yeah.
for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, where it'd be like, okay, your aunt. Plus, yeah, when they get older, they all fucking end up getting along. Oh, esta tia, no, this tia doesn't talk to this tia.
Dude.
Little bullshit.
Oh my god.
But the point being, but the point being, dude, it honestly was such a beautiful thing having big families together. Like,
yeah,
your cousin, your uncle, your nephews, your like everybody just together, like exchanging gifts, eating together. It was such a beautiful thing. And I noticed that every year it'll be like, okay, like now it's not this family. Obviously, like I understand we grew up, right? So like let's say me and you once we were like 16, 17 years old, 18, 20, whatever it might be, it's like, oh well, we also have our spouses, like let's do this activity with them, or let's hang out with these friends instead, right? It was a lot of and those family gatherings start to get a lot smaller. Now I think the last Christmas party that we had, it was just right here with my mom came over, my brother, and it was just right here with Marlene and her family. It was a lot smaller. It was like way smaller. Versus before it was just like get everybody in one house.
Fucking cousins, tias, everybody.
But yeah. If you're a Theo and Thea and you're not getting along with a sibling or somebody else, you better fix that shit because your nephew, your kids need to get along with each other, dude. No mama.
Yeah, no, that's kind of like the same thing that happened with us. You know, we would always go to the weekly carne asada, dude, after church or something, whole family gathered, but drama happened and yeah, they don't talk to each other. But with that, yes, I do adore those big gatherings because I just think it's great. So it's kind of like one of my goals of not me having a big family per se, but you know, I'll probably have like a kid or two, but having all of the family, the new generation or all of us come over and party it up at my place, you know, like want to invite the subscribers too, bro. Looking, come on here, dude. Nah, just kidding.
That guy is like, how'd I get here?
But yes, what about you, Owen? Big family, small family? We were talking about family earlier, and you actually have like a very, very huge family, right?
It's huge, but I would want a small one. It's just, I don't know, kids are a lot. They're expensive.
True.
I don't want none of that. I want all my money when I'm old.
Yeah, but I mean, for immediate family, I would just say like, you know, your wife and like a kid or two. I think that's generous, you know.
Yeah, probably like a kid or two. We'll see. But yeah, awesome. Thank you guys for giving your input. Hopefully this is very helpful to someone who is undergoing not just daddy issues, but family issues. You know, they're everywhere. Yeah. And
if you ever want to share your story, you're free to comment or even DM the channel. We'll read it privately, or if it's something you feel comfortable sharing, we'll share it in another episode. But yeah,
we should do a segment like that, like read messages or comments and stuff like that.
If I could add about the comments.
Yeah, we had a tweaker in there.
Yeah.
No, don't say that. No, I would say more or less. Whatever you might comment, that's fine. Just I guess it gets formulated in a way where we could respond to it appropriately, because I had no idea how to respond to that. Like I don't know whether I don't know whether the person was excited, happy, pissed. Like I don't know how to respond to it. You think so, maybe?
I don't know, but Jesus came up with it's because we'll share it on the podcast. Someone had commented like, "Oh, how did I find this shit?" or something like that. So it's very like broad,
it's like, do you mean like positively? Like how did I like this found you? Like did this find you? Like what's going on?
Yeah. So I commented back as a chat, and I was like, "Oh, this found you," with the sunglasses emoji. So I thought that was a pretty good response. But yeah, that was kind of funny. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." But commenter, hopefully you're here for the next episode. I don't know if you subscribe. The number went up to 11 when you commented, so I don't know. So it's probably positive. But yeah, that was my topic. Anybody care to go next? I think Owen had a good one.
Oh yes.
Oh,
You got to think long and hard about this one. If you were an animal, like you just fucking switch places with any animal in the world, which one would it be? You gotta like fucking survive and live in the wild too.
Damn, dude, that's such a loaded question just because of like how nature is so brutal.
I know.
nature is brutal, dude.
Like even if you're a apex predator, that's also brutal because like fucking shortages, I guess, on food.
Yeah,
You could get hurt like for example if you're a lion, you could get hurt in the hunt. You could get freaking when you get old enough, you'll get overthrown. You're no for real, like, you're old enough, you get overthrown by other lions, dude.
That's what I said, hurt in the cunts. No mama's cut. I'm gonna have to believe.
Wait, what did I say?
You said hurt in the cunt?
Oh, hurt in the hunt, full hunt.
You said cunt.
Like, let's say you were hunting, right? You're hunting a
Yeah.
gazelle, whatever it might be, and that should like fucking stab you in the freaking
kicks you in the face.
in the face and break you, you know? Like, what do you do?
Damn, if I were an animal, do you have one, Owen? Like, do you know of an animal that you'd be?
I don't know.
Wait, I'll go. If I could be any, I was gonna say, okay. Hypothetically, if I survived and I didn't die in my initial hatching, like in my initial hatching, transitioning from the shoreline, from the beach to the floor, I would say a sea turtle, dude. Because apparently it's illegal to help them, dude. Apparently, if you're seen helping them from seagulls, you could do like time in jail or get a fine, dude. That's fucked up. Yeah,
You can't be, like
The
interfering with wildlife, you know.
yeah. So if there's like 100 let's say 200 fucking sea turtles, and 150 of them get eaten by seagulls and crabs, whatever it may be, you just gotta let it happen, dude. And that's fucked up.
Yeah,
But
that shit is
hypothetically,
fucking war zone, man.
Oh.
hypothetically, if I were one of those sea turtles that made it, I would like to be a sea turtle, dude.
Okay.
Just because
Interesting.
they travel so much, dude, and they stay in. Well, besides the fact that they live so long, like
Yeah.
they see so much of the sea and they travel such large distances. I think that'd be like a very beautiful experience.
Mhm.
And they have a
Okay.
shell,
long
bro. You
time,
can't. They have a thick ass shell. You can't just get eaten by anybody, bro.
Yeah, shark's trying to bite you.
Hasn't there been cases where like a turtle gets freaking bit from something? Like a fucking
I guess it's
Not-
possible, but kind of rare, I'm sure.
like whales. Well, whales don't eat turtles.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
like a
not
killer
really.
whale.
I guess.
Killer whales,
They eat seals,
maybe,
bro.
but it just depends. Yeah, but it just depends if you're part of their initial, like, what is it, like
Or
their initial diet?
Yeah.
Because I think for killer whales, it's like seals. It's primarily seals. Dude.
Sea turtle. Okay. But then like after you cross the freaking the 3 miles of beach to get to the shoreline.
It's not pretty. Oh, who knows? Though. I'll get
In
there.
their point of view, dude, they're fucking.
I'll parry those damn seagulls, dude. I'll fucking perfect parry them.
But no, yeah, I didn't know that that
Fucking
was
war
like
zone.
not allowed. Like you can get fined. For
Yeah,
that.
fool.
I know you for sure can't touch it like a sea turtle for sure.
Interesting. The soft soul in me would like shoo all the
Just pick
seagulls
it up
away,
and
dude.
throw it.
You want to be
water.
like little squirt, like fucking Finding Nemo, dude.
What's up,
Yeah.
dude?
What's up? That's cool. But you also got to think of like what do they eat, or I guess are they
I don't know,
in
like
danger? Like are their
jellyfish.
numbers big?
I guess it
I'm not
depends
sure
on
what-
what kind. Huh?
They're on that seaweed, you know. Seaweed.
See, animal. What would I want to be?
What is it? The freaking anemone kush, dude. Anemone kush.
I think I definitely, if I were to swap places with an animal, there's gonna be some key things that I want to keep. The pleasure.
No. Like you're an animal, dude. Like you're. Let's just say like Wait, did you mean like became animal or like reincarnate as an animal? Like no memories. Like which is your
Well, right,
or
right.
just
Like,
be
like
or just be
became,
or just be any animal?
I guess if you got your same mind, but it's like
Okay.
just a random
Right. So
member of the species. Yeah.
Oh damn, that would have been useful information. Okay, that's fine.
you can change your answer, bro.
No,
But
I'll be a sea turtle. It's fine.
if I were to change like literally now to a fucking animal, there's some key things that I want to keep. The pleasure of eating food. So I got to think about an animal that like gets satisfied
Sex.
when eating food, which is all fucking animals. I don't know. The sentient mind of like what sex is, like, you know, casual.
One's about to say a fucking mouse or something.
And
He's gonna be like the first fucking X animal to fucking do these specific positions, show some form of like sexual preference.
you know, being aware that yes, food is great, sex is great. I guess entertainment won't be
You could be a rabbit, dude.
a fucking
That's all
rabbit.
That's all they do. They eat carrots, bro. Good shit. Good like, carrots.
I
Fucking
get
a bunch of
fucking
different
eaten by
vegetables.
an owl, dude. A fucking sparrow.
There's some
The
coyotes, bro.
Coyotes too.
Coyote.
Damn. That's just fucking. I'm gonna be fucking a silverback gorilla, dude. Fucking Kerchak.
Kerchak fucking. I can't do the fucking gunshot noise. Like Clayton.
I think I would. Damn, that's just fucking hard. What animal would I be? I don't know. Maybe a bird. Maybe like a big bird. The thought of flying always fascinates me. Like, just fascinates me, and just like how Hazy said, they get to, for those that migrate, they get to travel so far. I wouldn't be like a seagull or a pigeon, or I'd probably be like some type of fucking eagle or fucking some bird you would find in the freaking rainforest, dude, that survives. And you know, or maybe that one bird that does that fucking mating call dance thing.
Oh, a peacock? A peacock?
Something, I
Get
don't
a
know.
big ass tail.
They
They
can't
do the
fly
dance.
though. Okay.
They
Like
do
a
a
little-
dance, and that's how
like
you
a
know
little
that
tropical
they're
bird,
like, yeah, and that's how you know those fucking birds, like, they're like, they have
They're
riz,
sexually
dude.
aware, dude. Yeah,
Sex-
they have wrist,
They
dude.
got riz.
Okay, wait. Pause. So, considering that you at the moment, no offense, have zero riz, would that be the appropriate bird for you to be, dude? Because you wouldn't mate.
Yeah, dude, he'd have like a small ass tail.
Like whatever
No.
attracts females, his would be like underdeveloped, dude.
No. Well, that's all animal instinct, so that will come naturally. Unfortunately,
Yes, fool, but we're considering that you keep the same mind, fool.
Hmm. I don't want
Like
to
if it doesn't
know
come
how it
naturally, yeah.
No. I will have the riz. The riz will be times 1,000, dude. If I was a bird that did that little dance.
I mean,
it's like
a thousand times zero, dude. It's still zero.
No, I'll still have that riz. But yeah, I
I'm
think
I'm joshing you.
I'd be one of those like birds that dances in the rainforest. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Mm.
What about you, Owen?
What animal would you be?
We have one from the sea, one in the air. I'll go land. I'm gonna say like a grizzly bear or something.
A kaiju, you know, like a kaiju.
Fucking
You
Godzilla.
ever seen that, dude? A bear. Okay.
Yeah, a
A
bear.
bear? Like Brother Bear? Like that
Yeah,
bear?
dude, like Brother Bear.
Dude, that shit was so. That movie made me cry. I watched it like maybe less than a month ago, dude. That shit touched my heart.
Yeah,
Like
this
so
little
deeply.
baby, little bro bear is gonna come up to me and be like, "Oh shit."
Or what about
What was his name? I forgot his name. Kalo? It was like
Kai?
something.
Something like that.
what
Something with a K.
about the bear in the big blue house?
Dude, yeah, that guy was so chill.
That's like Owen. I think that'd be like Owen when he's
Farewell to
farewell.
you, my friend.
That shit was a good show. Or Pooh Bear. You know, be a little
Yeah,
bit
just- Eating honey all day, be a little pudgy.
fucking honey.
You
Dude.
know, pudgy.
you
Oh,
know,
Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin, where's my honey?
You know about funny thing about Pooh Bear as a kid, that show was like top tier for me. That show was like one of my favorite character.
Well, that
So
show it's supposed to be like different mental disorders, like whether it's like depression or or different sins, right?
I
So
don't
like
know,
freaking
bro.
Pooh Bear will be gluttony. Oh, maybe I'm reaching, dude. Maybe
Uh,
I went too deep in the Reddit post
yeah, the
on,
conspiracies.
Pooh Bear
on
is
the conspiracy.
gluttony with the glutes.
The
Um,
gluten.
yeah, as a kid, that show was like top tier for me. Maybe that's why I'm a little bit
Oh, yeah.
demented, dude. But
Hey, damn freaking
Made up
Smokey the
Papa.
Bear. Have you seen Smokey the Bear recently? I saw a billboard of him. He's like ripped now.
Smokey the Bear?
Smokey the Bear. They-
Like the fucking wildfire bear.
yeah, for some reason on the billboards, they make him like ripped.
I think they're trying to.
Trying to intimidate you, like you start that fire, this is the guy that's gonna stomp it out.
That's the fucking bear that's gonna come behind you and whisper in your ear, bro. What is this? What is the?
He's gonna pop up. He's gonna pop up on you.
You
You're gonna
feel his
pop out
hair
on
all
you.
over your back.
Wait, what does he
No.
say? What's his? What's his?
Only you can prevent wildfire.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna come up behind you in the ear.
He's gonna
He's
be
gonna
like,
whisper
but you
that.
can't prevent what happens next, and he just fucking pulls you into the forest.
Give you that palo.
Palo.
The Pooh Bear. I always, for some reason, I always had some type of like, you know, like when you hear ASMR and it just sometimes it feels good. Like you like that.
Oh, Juan. Be gentle, Juan. Juan, don't pause it there, Juan. Put my shirt back on, Juan.
Oh God!
Oh God,
stop
Juan.
it.
Stop it, Juan.
Stop. No.
This isn't you, Juan.
This sounds more like Mickey Mouse, dude.
Okay, yeah, it started becoming Mickey Mouse. I'm sorry.
The honey. I always was very fascinated on how the honey was animated on the show. It's
Yeah,
just
dude, I
yellow.
wanted to get like honey out of my pantry and just freaking
Yeah,
Do the same.
same, dude, same. But as a kid, I didn't have honey. Like honey wasn't like that. And the closest thing that I can associate cartoon honey in the real life world was the
Maple
Kraft
syrup?
single cheese. So when I would go
the Goofy
to
movie.
yeah, so when I would go to work with my mom to clean houses, we would use public transportation. And so sometimes I would just like lean onto her and pull out a slice of cheese from her bag too. And I would just like eat it like a mouse and be like, honey. And then I got in trouble once from the bus people like, hey, no food. So that was kind of funny. But yes, why bear, dude? Why bear?
I feel like they just the top of the top. Like who messes with the bear? Not even humans really mess with bears, you know?
No,
Like-
unless you're like
Unless
some
you're a
type of like
hunter.
hunter or
Or
something.
like some, yeah.
Unless you're brother bear, dude. That freaking asshole
yeah,
killed the
that's
mother bear.
messed
Dude.
up.
Or the
You guys should watch the
Bear
movie. If you
Sting
haven't watched it, please watch Brother Bear. It's such a beautiful movie, dude. That shit will
Beautiful.
take on an
Make you
emotional
cry.
roller coaster.
Wait, Brother Bear is not the bear from the cartoon show? That's a movie?
There's a movie.
Brother Bear's a movie, fool.
What
It's about like an indigenous tribe, dude, and they're coming of age. And this dude, he was just. I'm not gonna reveal too much into it, but he ends up becoming a bear because he killed the bear.
What?
That's like his punishment.
Oh, but what's that other
He killed
bear
the mother
from
bear.
the TV show?
Which
That's
one, fool?
Little Bear? My wife says
Little-
it's Little Bear?
Little Bear.
Yeah. It's like the Franklin the Turtle?
Little bear? Oh.
It's kind of like that art style. Let me see. I'm gonna Google it right now.
Oh, that's like an old thing. I
Little
kind of
Bear.
remember it, but
I remember Little Bill, dude.
yeah.
Little Bill. he was. Nah, him
He was
and
a
Caillou. I
Caillou.
said, they're both little bad little kids. Dude.
Yeah, he was a menace.
Little menace, dude.
Little bit. Wasn't that like a
I
Like a
told
cable?
you not to touch it. Freaking,
is that
that's
a cable
freaking Arthur.
TV
dude.
show?
Yeah. What
Little
was it on?
Bill? It was
Little-
PBS. It was PBS
No.
Kids.
No, Nickelodeon.
Oh, I think I think Little Bill was Nickelodeon.
Nah, dude, I don't think fucking. Well, I don't know. I could be wrong. Fucking Caillou's a
Oh
menace
wait,
too, dude.
there's that Asian kid in Little Bill too. I was like, what the hell is it?
Wait, where? In Little Bill?
Little Bill, yeah.
His freaking friend, dude.
Little Bill.
Oh, that's Bill Cosby. That's based off of his childhood. Oh no. I didn't
Allegedly.
know that.
Oh, that's
That's
why you don't
before-
hear about it.
Yeah, because there was current allegations,
Oh,
proven allegations, actually.
bro, I didn't know that. Wait, who's the voice of Little Bill?
I don't know. That's
Bill Cosby.
Nah, there's no way.
He's the old ass dude.
Robert Glover, Tyler James Williams. I don't know. But yeah, White Bear, dude, because they're top of the top.
Tap at a tap. Yeah. No one really messes with them. They eat like a lot of stuff. They like
they eat a
berries.
variety of things. That's true.
Salmon.
Salmon. Oh,
Oh hell yeah, dude!
I'm gonna change my mind, dude. I'm gonna change my mind. I'm a shapeshift into a bear, dude. I'm gonna go
Hell yeah,
join
we're
you.
gonna be bears, dude.
We're gonna be bears, dude. Eating salmon and like laying down in the river.
Bear.
The river, dude. Swimming, like getting in the cold ass river.
Dude,
Laying
and you
down in
hibernate.
the grass, and you
for, like,
hibernate, bro.
a month.
Oh,
I heard that. I learned that when you hibernate, they're not really sleep. They're just chill. Just like how
they're pretty
Owen
much
said.
dead. Fool. They're practically dead. Like their pulse is like close to non-existent. Like they pretty much. Still.
Knock the fuck out.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Freaking eat berries and honey.
Yeah, dude. Salmon.
Salmon, dude.
Salmon.
All
That
right.
sounds pretty pleasant, honestly.
I had salmon for dinner today. I made my soy sauce, ginger, garlic, sriracha, brown sugar. Yeah. Mix some marinate the salmon, cook it, rice, shaved
I
carrot,
put honey.
honey.
Holy.
I like honey. Cool, awesome topic, Owen. Viewers at home, what animal would you want to be? Put it
Comment down below.
Comment down below. Someone's gonna put something like hippo, dude. Like people,
That's a good one too, huh?
there's been a big debate that hippo is pretty much like the.
That's the alpha, dude. Like that's
fucking
above the
alpha.
lion and everything else in Africa, dude.
Yeah. All right, let's shift it over to Hazy with his topic. I kind of forgot what his topic was about.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Oh wow.
So, something I wanted to bring up or briefly discuss would be hairstyles, the evolution of hairstyles, just overall. Like me personally, growing up, I've went through a bunch of different hairstyles. You know, at first, like your hairstyle is determined by your parents or whatever they're currently into. For example, like for me, I think it was just like pretty much all bald and just like the little flecko in the front, dude. The little flecko in the front. I don't know, like the little cowlick in the front. When I was small, and
I'm very curious
funny
how
enough-
your hairstyle came to be because both of your parents, I believe, had straight hair.
they both have. My mom has wavy hair. She's put a lot of product into it, so it doesn't like sit the same anymore. My dad has curly hair. He just always has it short.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because freaking when I met Hazy, he had like locks.
Long.
Luscious locks.
He had locks,
Luscious.
dude.
Jesus.
He had locks, and I think he can, like, if he keeps it short, I think he can get like an afro. And I think his brother too. I think he had
No,
an
that's
afro.
a straight afro, dude. Like if the afro throws water in it and doesn't get his fingers through it, dude, like that shit just like is waterproof like a fucking duck, like a ducktail, dude. Crazy. But I wanted to say because hairstyles really like besides the fact that they've changed like in different time periods, you know, like 50s, 60s, 40s, whatever it might be. For a lot of people, I have noticed that it's like it's usually like for women in particular, it's like a change in their life, you know. So, like for example, like the red hair phase, you know, sometimes it could symbolize like like a breakup, whatever it might be. There's a lot of like different reasons for a haircut for women, and for men it could just be whatever's trending, right? So let's say you saw this guy you saw this celebrity with a freaking afro with a mullet, peso pluma, for example. Because we have our nephew over here that he has the peso pluma haircut, dude. It's like so adorable, but it's like it's just it's kind of silly, Billy. Yeah.
So so when they go to the barber, what do they say? Can I get the peso pluma?
The peso pluma. It's just the party in the back. That's it. It's just like a fade with the party in the back. But if I could add to the hairstyles I've had, like you guys haven't been with me for every hairstyle, but I've had like just like a buzz cut, the whole cholo with the terrible lineup because my mom would light me up and she wasn't great at it. Like respect to my mom, but like she wasn't good at it at the moment.
Ooh.
I've had a fox hawk, you could say, which is like the mohawk but like tapered in with a little stupid ducktail. I've unfortunately, and I hate that I ever did that in the first place. I think I had it for like a week. I had the full hawk still, and I decided to bleach it.
Oh no!
I bleached it, and then I painted it all turquoise. Oh, if any viewer, knows about it, please comment and you're like, hey, like I remember that. Like if any of you guys,
do you have a picture?
Tell me at a personal level. I'm glad I don't, dude. That shit's gone, dude, forever in the abyss.
That's crazy.
But I've had because like Juan said, I have like really curly hair, so I had like a blowout. I've had a mullet. I've shown it to you guys before. So if anything, I'll send you the picture of me with the mullet, so you can use that as like my topic picture. If you like, yeah, as a thumbnail. If you like.
Okay.
Or if not, you can just put like a generic like picture of like some guy with a fucking mullet if you want. And then like when I was working with them in Honey Boba, I had like let my hair grow and I had a man bun because there was a man bun phase. I think that's what I have right now, to be honest, because I haven't cut my hair.
Really?
It's long. Yeah, I have my hair in a bun right now. I have it long.
Damn. I've had a number of hairstyles. The one that I'm very famously known for was my spiky hair. I started that in 6th grade, I believe. I had there was a product out there that was called Moco de Gorilla. So this gorilla snot. So it was a gel, dude. Dude, I would use that to spike my hair. That shit would be fucking rock hard, dude. Like, like it would hurt to run my fingers through my hair. But yeah, I had spiky hair for a good chunk of high school.
Middle school, high school?
All of high school, actually. All of middle school. And elementary, I had somewhat of I didn't really style my hair in elementary. It was just kind of more straightforward. So I looked like a fucking, I'm trying to think of a Mario character. Like those, like the blue shell with the red eyes turtles that you find in the dungeons and shit. So it was kind of more it was kind of more forward. I didn't have really shape to my hair, and I would style it. My mom would style it like a comb over, or sometimes I would get like the little it's like it's more like a visor. Like the front part is just straight out with gel, dude. So it would look like a visor. Yeah. So I do that. But yeah, usually I've done the spiky hair. That's been my signature. And then once I got into college, my wife was like, you're an adult now, you gotta change up your hair. So right now I'm rocking the comb over with the fade on the sides. And I think that's how you guys met me, right? With the comb over. You guys haven't met me. You guys didn't meet me with my spike
comb over man bun too. It's like
yeah.
Like a baby man bun, but yes, a man bun nonetheless.
Yes. What was I gonna say with that as well? I think I might have done a buzz cut once. My dad just took me to the barber and he fucking get him the shortest you can. And I think I was just fucking bald as fuck. And I think that's all the hairstyles I've had. My wife was encouraging me to get a different hairstyle. I've always wanted to. Oh, I remember. When to add on to you saying that you colored your hair turquoise in elementary, I don't know what this guy had. But one of my friends, he had I don't know if it was actual like color hairspray or or actual like spray paint, but that shit was gold. And he did a couple like patterns on his hair, and he brought the can to school. I thought it was very cool, so I was like, "Hey man, like, can you hook me up with some gold hair?" You know, I wanted to look like, you know, at the time you look at fucking
Goku,
Super Saiyan 50 and fucking early Google, dude. So I wanted to color my hair, but I needed him help. I needed help from him. So after school, we go to the bathrooms, and he just whips out the can from his backpack, and he just fucking sprays the shit out of me, like on my head, dude. And I go to the back of the school where we're getting ready for pickup, and one of the custodians like noticed that my hair was very like noticeable, right? Like, it's like, what the heck? So he comes up to me, he's like, "Oh, like, I like your hair, bro. Like, where'd you go do it?" And my dumb ass like, "Oh yeah, I did it right here at the barbershop by the grocery store, dude." And then he started looking at like my head a little bit more closer because he saw some imperfections, like, because my friend just sprayed it on there. It wasn't, I got some like on my head, you know, some color on my head. And then I didn't think it through all the way. My mom pulled up and she just gave me like a death stare. She was like, "Carlos." She was like, "What did you do to your hair?"
She'll beat your ass.
And then she just fucking dragged me all the way home. And during that time, I think the custodian was still there. I panicked and I said, "Oh, like, my friend trapped me from the back, and he just started spraying my hair."
You threw him under the bus, dude. And then lied about it, dude.
I know, dude. I feel so bad. And I even pointed him out because he was like further back down coming out of the restroom. So I pointed him out. And honestly, I don't know what happened to that guy.
He probably turned to a life of crime because of you. Like,
no, he's in jail for life.
I'm sorry if this ever comes across like in social media.
Reach out to Juan, dude, so we can make a public apology video.
I'll make a public apology. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to point him out. I don't want to say his name just for privacy, but I do remember his name. But I pointed him out. And I kind of like choked. I choked on pressure because the custodian was there. My mom was like yelling at me, and she took me home and she fucking showered me and got the paint all out of my hair. But that was kind of funny. I had gold hair at the time, or like yellow gold hair, something like that. What about you, Owen?
I've kind of had the same hair all throughout my life, except for like middle school. I had the Bieber cut. Before Bieber? Justin Bieber, you know.
He copied you. Like, he copied me.
He copied me. I grew it out. I went to private school, Catholic school, and they always wanted you to cut your hair, but I was like, no, I'm a rebel. 1 year, so I grew it out. Yeah. And I look like Justin Bieber before Bieber was a thing, you know?
What? Wait, do you have a picture of that? Have you ever showed that before?
I got a picture somewhere. I got to find it. I'll send you that too.
Okay, I think that's what we'll do for the thumbnail. We'll just put all of our old pictures of our old hairstyles that were very iconic. I think I have Hazy's. Is that the one where you're sitting on like a bus stop or something, or on your bike?
There's one on the bus stop one. You can use that one if you like, but I had another one. Yeah, that one's fine. You can use that one if you want.
Or if you have another one that perfectly.
No, that one works. That one works. Use that one.
All right, we'll use that one. And then Owen, if you can find one, because I don't think. I think for all the pictures, all the old pictures that I've seen, you've had the same hairstyle.
Or you know what? I got an idea, dude. For me, put the thumbnail of a fucking sea turtle with a man bun on, dude. Photoshop. I know it's giving you a word.
I can do it.
Photoshop a sea turtle, dude, with a man bun, dude.
Got Jesus out there
with glasses and a fight stick. Cool.
No, if not, then just for the simplicity's sake, you could just do like an animal or two, a random animal, whether you pick like a bear, whatever it might be. You can even just pick like Owen's animal bear, and then for me, just the picture essentially. Yeah, I know we're discussing this right now. We could discuss this another time, but just
that's fine.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, definitely. And I was gonna ask Owen, when you go get a haircut, I know we've talked about it before, but can you please explain or like who you go to the haircut? Like, what's your haircut experience like?
Oh, it's like this Korean lady. I don't know when she started cutting my hair, like high school or middle school, or I forget when.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know what I like, what kind of haircut I have. Like, I don't know what it's called because she just every time I walk in, she's like, "Oh, same thing." I'm like, "Yeah, same thing." She cuts my hair like the exact same way every time. It's like super, kind of short on the sides,
Yeah.
kind of like medium on top, and that's it. Just I go in there, she gets my hair, she knows exactly what I want. Don't really talk, and then she washes my hair, and I'm like, "Oh, thank you," and then
Mhm.
pay her, give her tip. She's like, "Oh, thank you," and that's it. It's like same every single time.
Yeah. Okay. Don't you ever like? Have you ever thought about going to like somewhere else, like an actual barbershop? Because
Yeah, I
I've
could probably try it, but I don't
I'm
know. Yeah, just the comfort, and I'm like
yeah
cool with my hair,
yeah
so it's
yeah
like
yeah.
why change? You know?
Okay. No, yeah, because I feel like I've always struggled to find a barber or someone to cut my
Uh,
hair. Like I used to go to this just like regular beauty salon by this fucking um uh fucking grocery store that you got amateurs I guess in there, so they would be okay. And then
Mhm.
I went to this other city and I was like, you know what? Like I always wanted to have that cool
The
thing with the
barbershop
barber.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just chilling, talking, TV's blasting, beer on one hand, freaking, getting your haircut or whatever. So I thought that was
Mhm.
kind of cool because all of my other friends had that, but I didn't have like options to explore. So one time when I was getting like ready for a tattoo, I happened to pass by like so I think it was called like Elite Barbershop, and I went in and the one that was available was a woman, which is fine. They no, nothing as far as I think it's all skill level, so it's just depending on how experienced you are. But she cut my hair pretty good, and the second time I went, I don't know if she like scammed me in some way as far as for like money or tip. I gave her the amount of the haircut and I gave her tip, but then she had said something about closing the register, so she was asking me for like more money to change something in the register and she'll give it me back, but she didn't give me anything back.
oh man,
So I think from there I was like, you know what, nah. And then one of my bosses here at work, he recommended this dude who has his name is Chris. I'll post his socials in the bottom if you guys want to check him out. Again, he's based off of LA. This is the guy that I was talking about with the Riz and all that language. He's been absolutely great. Been with him for at least over a year. We've seemed to have grown like that connection. We're like, oh, we're kind of buddies, kind of type of way. So yeah, very very pleasurable experience. That's what I was seeking. Just to kind of like you guys, just chill with them. As I get the haircut, and the hair's been pretty cool. But yeah, are you aiming for a different haircut, like different hairstyle, Owen, or just gonna keep it?
nah, I'm cool with the same thing till I die, bro. Me and my coffin gonna look the exact same haircut.
What about you, Hazy? Are you aiming for something different?
Probably it's gonna about to be hot, so I probably just cut it short.
Just short? You won't let it grow out super long again, like before?
No, because it gets because my hair's curly. It's a pain in the ass. If you have curly hair, you understand. It's a pain in the ass to brush it and comb it
I
because
see.
it
I see.
literally gets tangled every fucking day.
That makes sense. Cool. Well, we are just hitting our 1 hour mark. I think we are pretty much good for today's podcast, right?
It's not
Oh
about
yeah,
the time, dude. It's about the moments,
The
yes,
the
moment.
conversation.
It's
How
about the
dare you
moment.
keep track? How dare
I
you keep
know.
track of the time?
I'm
It's
You
sorry.
more
got somewhere to be,
conversation
bro.
than
You got
anything.
somewhere to be that's not here with us, dude.
No. I'm just being
His mind
considerate.
is elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'm just being considerate, but
No, you're good, man.
yeah, I think we had a very great conversation again, as always. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content so far. We're getting a lot more views, more consistent viewers, and yeah, it's great to see the channel grow little by little. I don't know. Any last final words from you guys to the viewers?
Which episode is it as of right now?
This is 7. So we've been doing this for 2 months.
Dang.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Go so fast.
Right? That's 1 every week. So 8. This will be 7. Yeah.
If
2
I
months.
might add, dude, you uploaded that video so late.
I did,
yeah,
bro.
Monday.
I dropped the ball, dude. I uploaded that shit
Nah,
like
you're-
at 12 in the morning.
You're golden. It was just funny because I was just like, you're like, I haven't uploaded. I'm like, you're right, fool. Like, what's wrong with you? I think we're like about to play something on the PS5 together, and then it's just like, okay, well, just get it done now, fool. Like,
No, it's because
you can stay.
yeah, I was
Oh.
busy during the weekends. So I didn't have like time to do it, so I
Yeah,
kind of
good.
like I just put it together that one day, that one night, and just uploaded it. But this time it will come out on time for sure. But yeah, any other final words to the viewers?
Be a bear. Eat lots of honey and salmon. And just be the apex predator.
Be the apex predator.
Be like a sea turtle, friends with everybody, just riding the tides, riding the
Or-
current where it takes you in life.
Or just be a sexy bird with 1,000% riz, swooning every fucking bird in the fucking rainforest, dude.
I think for the most part, birds only mate with one person, so it would still be like that.
the monogamous.
I mean, you still gotta swoon. You still gotta do your
Yeah, you still gotta
fucking
swoon.
dance
That's
and shit, you know. So definitely, 100%.
Yeah, bird divorced.
All right. Well, I want to thank the viewers again for checking out the channel. Please subscribe, like, comment on the video. Again, just as always, these will be posted into listening platforms soon. I found a host where I'm just fixing out the kinks on how to do that. But yeah, appreciate you guys. And we'll go ahead and end this podcast. And as always, this is Sunshine After Dark. This is the podcast where we bring the heat when the sun goes
down.
Is it comes down or goes down? I'm getting confused.
Goes down,
here.
comes down.
Yeah, same thing.
Comes down or goes down?
Whatever is more hip with the kids nowadays.
Hip. All right, kids, you tell us what's hip. Comes down or goes down? All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Enjoy your week. Have a good evening. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Perfect.